Hello, everybody. How are you? Recording. Okay, everybody, welcome to the training for Team Onward, and anybody else who is joining us later on for the YouTube replay. We are going to do our best to get through this. If something happens and we are disconnected, everybody just try to get on with the same link again, okay? Hopefully that's not going to happen, but if it does, it does. Let's remember that we're going to be talking about homework tonight. If this is your first time with me, then you know homework is going to be your email to me. You want to wait till after the training or the end of this if you're watching it afterwards to see exactly what I'm asking for in order to be in for the drawings, okay? And that's the first thing we're going to take care of. We did not have a call last week because of the holiday season. And please remember, if you're on here now, in about 2 hours, we're going to have our sales call, which we should have had last week. But again, the holiday, we've learned. We don't get a good turnout then, and I don't blame you. Y'all are off. Who wants to work? I get it. So we're going to have that. So we have to do the drawing for the product bundle that we had. Now let's go over again what that was. I put it in the group, but we had the complete set of the orchard and blueberry naturals, or the census set here. We've got the shower gel and the spray and the lotion. And then we have this beautiful jewelry, which was the Joyful Beautiful bangle set, which was on there. And then we also had the samples for the brand new, a new line that we have, which would be what, the Hydro Fusion, yep. And then we had a couple of glimmer sticks. So this is going to be going out to everybody. Everybody's name is in here who did their homework. What was that homework? Well, if you are on here live and you email me, let me get this email out here before we do all this. If you email me at, oh wow, where is that email? Here it is, at molly7720@gmail.com. You're going to let me know whether you were on the call live. And if you were on the call live, you have 24 hours to email me, or I assume it's a replay. Because if you're on live, you're going to get 2 entries for the next one. If you're listening to the replay, you're going to get 1. Hey, it only takes 1 to win. That's the great thing about drawings and raffles and things. So you want to do that. And then if this is your very first time, you want to let me know it's your very first time that you've been on one of our training. That's going to get you an additional entry. So you have, and we may think of something along the way, so don't send it now, because it could be something that I may ask you to do, or something that you ask me for, and if you do it, then you know what, you may get another entry. So let's get the polling, the name. Let me look here. And by the way, if you don't do the homework, whether I know you were on there or not, you know what happens. You don't get in there. And boy, we had, let me look here. Punzel had 2 entries last time. Kim Larkey was on here. She had 3. Bobby had 1. Melody had 2. Wow, Tonica had 2. Jan had 2. Linda Church had 2. I mean, I could go on and on. We got a whole bunch of people. So remember, if you wonder, Molly never draws my name, it might be because you don't do the homework. That might be what it is. So let me make sure all these are divided up, because these have been in here for 2 weeks and we don't want anything sitting together. So let's call this out. Let's see who is going to win this 3-piece set. Hold on. Who is it going to be? Ha ha ha! Melody! Melody! Yes, you are getting this, my friend. You are getting this whole set. So congratulations. Let me tape her on here so I know that she is getting this. We will be getting that out in the mail to her. All right, let me take these other ones out of here. Man, we had quite a few too. Goodness. Only takes one. Now, Melody had two, but it only takes one. Okay, let's get that out of there. Okay, so let me show you what you're going for this time, okay? Because it is, wow, there's a lot of retail money here on this one. I guess I was feeling generous. That's the only thing I can say. Okay, so this time for the raffle, we have the Skin So Soft Radiant Glow, which is a body butter. Absolutely amazing. Smells amazing. We also have the new Platinum, the eye and lip cream, okay? This in itself, huge product. Also, the brand new lash serum. Yeah, you know, we just came out with this, so there's a new thing. And think about this, even if you've got it and you're using it, you could sell these products. OMG, that's the key. And then also we have a 3-piece set of the Far Away perfume, all the different ones in there. And these are purse size, which are really awesome. Look at these, really, really nice with the spray bottles. Just a set of 3. So we have that that's going out of here. And what else do we have going out of here? What else did I say I was going to put in this? Oh, and I'm also going to send you 5 extra brochures, okay? So you're going to get that too. So we're going to help you get some sales. So I'm going to take all of this right now, and I'm going to put this in the bag so I remember. Here we go. I'm going to put this in here. Alrighty then. And where did the other stuff go? There we go. Okay, so that takes care of that. Yes, Melody, you are lucky, my friend. I'll tell you, I've drawn your name a couple of times. But you know, when it comes down to, Melody, you do your homework. You do your homework. That's what it is. So, and you know, we have raffles too for the sales calls. So now, if you're watching the replay, you have obviously until next week. You have a week. So if you're watching this in the replay and you're not able to finish it right now, no problems. Go back, watch the replay completely, and then do the homework and send me the email, and we will make sure that you get an entry into that. I was looking at the books. You know, we're right now in the middle of campaign 20, which is our brand new, again, hydrofusion line. Stuff is absolutely amazing. And then campaign 21, they have got Aspira on the front of it. I love that. They have the new kids vitamins in there also. And then look at this for campaign 22. They have our new perfume coming out, Velvet, which they introduced to us at RepFest. And man, it is absolutely amazing. And I love the A box. Have you seen the A box that's coming out on the back of 22? It is beautiful. It has what is it? What all does it have in here? The Perfectly Matte Lipstick in Red Supreme, the eyeshadow single. Let's see here. They have the Glimmer Stick and the black and green, and then the Velvet Stud earrings, which are, yeah, they are really, really pretty too. I love these, the stud earrings. So I love this. And remember, how do people get the A boxes? They place an order of 40 or more, and then it is available to them for $10. And this has got $33 worth of products in it. Always remember with the A boxes, sometimes when we're trying to turn our customers onto it, what will happen is we'll think, okay, well, what would the customers like about this? We're really coming into the season of giving. We are really coming into the fact that whether people are at the office or rather they have a party coming up, or maybe there's a dinner party and they want to bring a gift, or maybe there is somebody's birthday, something. These A boxes make amazing gifts. And we're going to talk more about that on the sales side at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time about you know, again, different wording and things and what you should be looking at beyond just trying to make the immediate sale right at that moment. You know, you see that person and you just want to sell them something. So we're going to get into that in the sales call a little bit later. The other thing that we're getting ready to come into is October, of course, is Breast Cancer Awareness, and we have partnered with the American Cancer Society. I know I'm doing 2 of the walks this year, one in DC, and then I'm going down to Georgia to be a part of another fundraiser for a sister representative down there. I'm going to be on a panel to answer questions, this and that. So think about that. Think about, you know, have you ever wished that you just had a cause? Well, Avon has a couple of causes. We have the trying to stop domestic violence on all fronts, and then also breast cancer. And it used to be with the Avon 39, you had to walk 39 miles, and I've done that too, and that's crazy. And I had to raise $1,800 for that. It's so different now. You don't have to do that. It's whatever you raise, you raise. There are walks all over the country that you can be a part of. It's a chance to connect with other representatives to help give you an accountability partner, this and that. Also reps who are maybe newbies like you. So I think that in the end, it's all about the fellowship and for a good cause and trying to end this dreadful disease. And it seems to me in this day and age, sadly, everybody in one way or another has been touched by this disease. Either they're a survivor or they've lost somebody or they know somebody who's going through it. And so I love the fact that we're a part of trying to put an end to that. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about, most of you have been on here a while now. We don't have a lot of people who are like so new, that's like first time that I know about. And I find that this is the time where the new representatives start discovering, you know, I'm not sure about this. I'm not getting customers as quickly as I would like to, and I'm trying to hit my Kickstart goals, and this just isn't flying quite as quickly as I thought. Guess what? You're not alone. This is what happens in this. We are building a business here. This is not a, hey, I chose to be an Avon representative, and guess what? The people gonna come running. Now, there are some people who will come running. But once those people have found you, then it's up to you to try to build person by person a clientele. It's up to you to get out there in social media and, you know, talk about what you love and to get people to connect with you. And now it's so great because you can do it all over the country. Anybody can buy from you in the United States, which is really, really awesome. And I know a lot of you are like, but Molly, I get that, but how am I going to get the brochures to them? These people would like brochures. I'm glad you asked, because for some of you, you know, but for others, you don't. We have a great service out there that's called campaignmailer.com. Campaign-mailer.com. And what's great about this service is they mail the brochures out for you for little or nothing. You don't have to worry about getting the books to them. They have the books. You pick which campaign books that you want mailed. You enter the person's email. Boy, I'm really like not getting it today. My mouth is like all messed up here. You put in the person's address, and then they mail the brochure out. Normally, because this is bulk mail, it can take up to a week to 10 days. Sometimes they get them sooner according to where it's at. But a week to 10 days to get those brochures in the hands of people. And there is no give or take about which one is better. For me, I just had to learn. I have customers all over the U.S., people who have moved away from where I live, people that I've known, who've always lived away from me, but they have become online customers because they love getting that brochure every 2 weeks. And it is true. There really is something about the Avon brochure. I don't exactly know why it is that everybody likes to just sit with the brochure, and a lot of people will just shop online. But in all honesty, it really is that way, because for me as a customer for 15 years before social media was really even a thing, I loved the brochures. I always wanted to sit and look through them, whether there was a TV show on, or I couldn't sleep at night, or I was looking at it at my desk when I was working my other jobs. The point is, people love the brochures, and a lot of times it does present better than online. So if you think about somebody who you just know as an Avon lover, and you're like, well, you know, I just want to get them a brochure, but I don't want to pay $2 or $3 to have that brochure sent to them. No worries. You don't have to pay that much. But it is an investment into your business. I love the fact that it used to be I could only sell Avon to people who were where I was willing to deliver. And now in this day and age, I have customers all over. I didn't have to worry about losing a customer because they were moving out of the state or too far for me to deliver personally. So think about campaign mailer. Campaign mailer, and by the way, there's no minimum with that. If you have 3 people that you want to send a book to, and the rest of them you can get books to personally yourself, then use them for the 3 people. I can remember when I started, I think I had 5 or 6 people. And now I have all of my customers, even my local customers, on it. It helps me save time. It helps me save gas. It's cheaper for me to mail them a brochure than it is for me to take all my time away from what I could be doing here to help my team and to be here putting my order together or thinking of what I wanted to do for my customers next, that I can have them mail this brochure out. It lets me put the information I want to put on the back of it. And I love that. I love that. So, not everybody can afford to do all their people right away. Believe me, I couldn't. I was a few years in before I thought, can I really do this for all my established customers? And eventually, little by little, I started adding, and it allowed me more time for things that I knew that I felt were much more important than being on the road all day delivering brochures. And I love the fact that then with people, no matter where I'm going, I can share the brochure every single day to whoever I come in contact with. Tonight, I thought that I would share some things. We talked about recruiting flyers last time, and I shared, the 7 reasons why to join Avon, especially right now with Christmas coming and everything. Some of you did do the extra homework, and you had me make you a recruiting flyer so that you could go have it printed up. And hopefully you will get in the habit of doing that every single campaign. And even when Christmas is over, we have another one that I believe is 6 reasons why you should join. It just takes Christmas out of there, but it talks about other reasons why you should, want to join. What is it that you're looking for in your life? Something brought all of you here to Avon. And you're not the only people who think the way that you're thinking. There are other people out there, that other leg of that business, bringing on and building a team and being able to start building your residual income is a big thing. In the beginning, it is all about the sales. It is all about trying to get out there and find customers, whether they be online customers or in-person customers, take care of them, build a relationship with them, and make sure that whatever they need that maybe they're buying at other stores, that we are turning them onto our products and showing them why they should be just that one shop stop with us, and let us every couple of weeks bring them what they need. So I think that can be a huge thing. A lot of people will ask me, what do I put on the back of my brochures when I'm just out and about? And I have a couple of different labels that I use. I keep brochures ready for when I'm in the area of anybody that I could deliver to personally, or especially if I'm dropping books off at like the local ice cream parlor or the local nail place. And even though I have my own nail place, there's 3 or 4 nail places that I hit to drop off brochures. Doctor's office, dentist office, banks, bakeries, coffee shops, mom and pop places. There's just so many places that we can actually go to. I can't think of any place that you're like, "Oh, I don't want to take brochures in there." Any place. Look, I go have my car washed or my oil changed, and you know what? I'm not the only woman in there going in there having that done. So I make sure that in any of the waiting areas, I always leave a brochure or 2 in there. And when I do, now look, a lot of people have stamps made up, either at Staples or a personal place with their information. Some people write it up. I do labels. I do labels. These labels here, as you'll see, I never put my last name. I just put my first name on there. And it says call or text me, and I have my cell number on there. And then I have one here, try my express service online. Basically, what I'm telling them is just try to go shop at my e-store. And it says, of course, it has my e-store on there, youravon.com/Molly Stone. And then I put on there, sorry about that, guys. And then I put on there, use code WELCOME. I don't know if you all know about the welcome code, but I thought I'd better tell you about it. Sometimes I take for granted what you know and what you don't know. Do you know that any new customer that you get that shops with you online can use the code WELCOME for any size order, and they will save 10% off their, I'm sorry, not welcome, it's welcome 10, my mistake. Welcome 10, so WELCOME 10 all together, and they will save 10% off their order, okay? And then they're going to get free shipping, of course, if their order is $40 or more, and that's for any order through the e-store. $40 or more is going to get you free shipping. Now, if by some chance Avon has a special going on, sometimes they'll have other codes that will be, if you place any size order or a $25 order, that you can get free shipping that way. A lot of people ask me how I keep up with that. Well, I went to my e-store, my personal e-store that I have, just like my customers did, and I sign up to be my own customer. See, I want to know what my customers are getting. I want to know what specials are Avon sending them. I want to know, is it a special on skincare? Is it a special on shipping? Is it a, if you buy this, we're going to give you that? Because if it's any of that, I want to be able to take that special and go to social media or email or call people or whatever and go, hey, go shop at my e-store. And if you do, and you use this code, you're going to get free shipping on $25 orders or more, or maybe you're going to get free shipping on any size order. Whatever it is that Avon may be offering, I want to make sure that I know what my customers are getting. And I will suggest to anybody who's either watching this live or is watching the replay that you do the same thing. Make sure that you're very aware, because your online customers are going to get stuff, going to get offers that nobody else will get. Only the e-store shoppers will get these. So we want to be very much aware as to what they're getting. And when they do, you want to make sure that whether you have a Facebook business page or your personal page, whatever it is, you can take a screenshot of that offer. You can take that, you can share that on your social media, and hopefully pick up a customer or 2 or 3 or 5 or 8. Wouldn't we all like to have that just with an offer? But these are all different ways for you to do this. So we want to put as much information on the back as we can of that brochure, but we want to put something on there that we know is going to be good for anybody. So welcome 10 for me is like, well, any first time person with me, if it's the first time they've ever shopped with me, they can use welcome 10 to save 10% off their order, no matter what. After that, you know, hopefully they're going to be registered as a customer, and they will have many more things that they can choose from at that point. But I put that on all my brochures. And then I have another set of brochures. And on that set of brochures, I don't put my personal information to call and order from me. I present it as, here's my brochure, here's the welcome 10 code, here's my recruiting flyer that's in here too, but you have to go to my e-store and shop. And the reason I do that is because I do travel all over the place. Lee and I take a lot of road trips. We go to friends' places. We stop at, you know, bathrooms and eating places on the road. We run into people. We see waitresses. We will go by, well, now I use my Easy Pass, but before that, even when we stopped by the toll booths, if there was somebody there and we had to, man, we handed them a brochure. There was no stone left unturned with this whole business thing. You want to make sure that you are not, you know, who are we? Think about the whole judgment thing. We talked about that a little bit last time, that we very easily judge, oh, should that person get a brochure? Oh, maybe that person shouldn't. That person doesn't look like they have money. That person looks like they make too much money. Biggest mistake in the world. You need to have the eyes of God when it comes to your Avon business. And you need to be willing to share the Avon love, just like he shares his own love to everybody. That's what you need to do. And with that, are you going to get no's? Absolutely, you're going to get no's. But you're not giving up on the yeses that you have prejudged, and because of that, you're not getting the yeses. So you want to make sure that you are sharing everything absolutely with everybody. So I make sure that with that, I have brochures that are ready, no matter how far out I am. And then brochures that, again, when I'm going to places that are locally, there are a lot of people who just prefer personal delivery, and they have a way to get a hold of me. So I kind of decipher what I'm going to leave and how I'm going to leave it. So think about that. And a lot of people will say, well, you know, I don't really have enough brochures to do that with. And my thing is, why don't you? Because when you don't have your brochures, your store is closed. It's kind of like going to a store, knowing that you need milk, and the door's locked. You can't get in. You can't get in to buy the milk. You can't get in to buy the bread. You can't get in to get anything you want. If you don't have a brochure, if you don't have something to share with people, how in the world are they going to know where they can get these products that you seem to think are wonderful products? So I always tell people, if you know you have 10 customers and you know the brochures come in packages of 10. So if you have 10, you don't even have enough for you to have one brochure. So you say, okay, I'm going to get two packs of brochures. You're going to get 20 brochures. Well, that's great. Get 20 brochures. That's going to leave you 9 more to share with people. And you know what? That's a good start. I feel like when we're trying to work our warm market, and for me, my warm market is so worked, they see me coming and they're like, oh my God, here come the Avon lady again. You know, that's what they're saying, because everybody know I'm the Avon lady at this point. So, or the people who want me, they're like, oh my gosh, you got a new brochure. They may have never bought from me before, but they know. So the point is, are you going to be the person who's not ready? Are you going to be the person who don't have what you need in order to obtain that customer? People say, oh, well, I have a business card, and I can say, well, I have my shuffle card. And look, all those things are great business tools, But think about this. Do you know how many people don't have great Wi-Fi connections? I mean, no matter where they're at. So, but if they have that brochure and you've just handed them that brochure, get their information, get their name and number. Yes, ask for it. Who cares if they say no? You're not going to fall down dead and die or anything because they say no. But ask them for it. Hey, I would love to get you a brochure every campaign. Can I get your name and number? Because, you know, we consistently have sales going on, and I wouldn't want you to miss any of them. Rarely do I really have anybody tell me no. Sure, there's been a few times that people have gone, oh, no, I don't want any more Avon brochures after that. That even sounds stupid. Who's going to say that? People aren't going to say that. But the thing is, you're like, oh, well, I don't want to ask because I feel like I'm impeding on their privacy. No, people know how to say no. But if you're not prepared with the right tools, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And if you're like, I had 8 brochures, I gave them out, I have 11 more days to sell. Oh my goodness, but I have nothing. Well, whose fault is that? Take a chance. The other thing that if you're really new that you may not be aware of is, do you know, don't worry about the fact that if you're like, I'm going out on the limb, I'm getting 30 brochures, I know I only have 5 customers, but I'm going to give out 25 brochures to people that I don't know in the next 2 weeks. Think about this. Even if something happened and you got dreadfully ill or something, or you couldn't get out because a hurricane was coming or something, you know, if that happens, did you know that those brochures are good for 2 more campaigns? Are you aware that you can back order up to 2 campaigns? If you're ordering campaign, you should be ordering campaign 22 brochures in campaign 20. Yeah, they let you order 21s also, but you should really be ordering 2 ahead so that you always have those brochures. Campaign 22 is still good, and campaign 23 and 24. Campaign 20 brochures, if you still have some, are still good in 21 and 22. So I'm sorry, you got what, 4 more weeks that you can give those brochures out. That all you have to remind people to do is say, and this is my first question to every customer, could you tell me what the campaign number is on the book? You can find that on the front of the book. You can find it on the back of the book. And now what's really great is Avon has put it inside the book. Somebody was telling me about that. I forget who it was, but look here. Inside the book, beside every page number, it's telling you what campaign number it is. So don't worry about getting stuck with those brochures. There's no such thing as stuck with an Avon brochures. I found some campaign, what was it, 16 brochures? 16 brochures that I have here. I've got them bad boys ready and put recruiting flyers on them because, you know, I leave them everywhere. I never date books to give to people. And look, you're going to hear all kinds of things on this. You're going to have people tell you to date all your books, any book that you give out. The only book that I put a date on is the book that's going to my established customers, people who have already ordered from me at least once. They're getting a brochure from me every campaign, no matter what, because I want them to know when that next campaign goes in. But I don't know how long I'm going to have these other brochures in my possession. So I put my information or my label on here, okay? I put that information on there, and I do not put a date on there. Now, if I'm talking to somebody, man-to-man, combat, you know, one-on-one, here we go, talking to them, I will say to them, you know, I'm putting my next order in on Sunday. I just need, if there's anything in this brochure I can get you, please make sure that I have it before 6 p.m. on Sunday, because I'm going to be putting my brochure in or putting my order in that evening. And I will word of mouth tell them that. And here's the deal. For those that the conversation never gets there, it doesn't matter, because remember, if I'm giving them a 20, I can still order through 22. If I've already placed my order, so what? I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to put this in with my next order. My next order goes in about 10 days. I'll get it in then. I'll call you when it comes in. Or if you need it sooner than that, you know you can go to my e-store. So you need to try to have it worked out in your head. What are the things that you can tell people? Here's what I know about the majority of Avon's products, besides the home and fashion, okay? Home and fashion with Avon is very much a seasonal thing. But what I do know about everything else is within a campaign or two, if they've got a book where something's on sale, and maybe that book is expired, but they picked it up somewhere, somebody gave it to them, you left a book somewhere else, the really cool thing is that you're probably going to be able to find that product at just as good a deal, or sometimes an even better deal, in the current brochures that are available to you. So never be scared by the fact that somebody could be ordering from an expired brochure. Those brochures, no matter what campaign you're giving out, these are business tools. Business tools. It doesn't matter. Look, I got people out there who still have books from right after Christmas of this past year, and they're still putting them out there with a label on there that says something about, hey, we're distributing these older brochures to see if anybody needs an Avon rep, and I need to take the label. I will put that in the group. In our Facebook group, Team Onward. But I think there's a label that I have, or there's a note that says, why are you getting this brochure? Or if you're tossing books in driveway, why is this brochure in your driveway? I'll try to remember to put all of that as I sit here and write this down right now. Driveway, flyer, and labels that basically give a quick explanation as to why it could be an older brochure. And hey, if you want a current one, call me right now. Most of these products are available that are in here. I would love to service you. I would love to be your representative. You have to be proactive in this business. You have to constantly be ready to share in this business. It's not that you have to share 365 days a year, and every minute you have to be working this business. You have to be prepared to work this business into your life. So in other words, if you're somewhere where it presents itself for you to share a brochure, for you to share a sample, because maybe somebody's complimenting your skin, maybe somebody's complimenting your lipstick or your jewelry or your clothing or those shoes that you have on, whatever it may be, you have to be prepared to then work it into your life. You may be somewhere having dinner with somebody, but when somebody says, oh, I love those earrings, I've been looking for something that's really simple that I can wear every day, and you're going, oh my gosh, we have such a selection. Hey, look, I'm a local Avon representative. Here's a current book. I have an e-store that you can order from if you don't live too far from me. I can also take care of you personally. And then I say, and if you give me your information, I'll make sure that you get a brochure every single campaign. And that's huge. That's absolutely huge, because most people, believe it or not, unless they had a really good rep or they were a rep themselves, are very unaware that there is a new brochure with new sales every 2 weeks. And I've had so many customers that have come to me and said, you know what, Molly, you're so good about getting me the brochures. I never knew. I never even knew that they had the sales that they had. It seems like I go, oh, well, I really like that, but I don't have the money for that. And then here comes another brochure from you, Molly, and it just happens to be on sale, that campaign. See, they didn't have the money, but when it went on sale, they did. So it's not that they're not interested. They're trying to figure out how to fit it into their budget. And we do have a company that, because we have 26 brochures every year, we have a way for them to be able to fit it into their budget. The problem is we don't do our job. We say, if they want it, they'll come to us. If they want it, they'll just happen to figure out that I sell Avon. It doesn't work that way. You've got to work this business. There's something that you wanted. There's something that you said, I want to travel. I want to get my nursing degree. I want to be able to go to the movies when I want to. Molly, all my bills are getting paid, but dang it, I'm tired of not having any money in the end. I don't get to go do stuff with my kids. That's what I want. You have the ability to make that happen in this business. You have the ability to pick your paycheck in this business, but you can't just say, this is what I want, this is how much I want to make, but you don't show up. And there's no difference. It's like you thinking the Target's going to pay you, but you don't show up for work. They're not going to pay you if you don't show up. If you don't show up, if you don't share those brochures, if you don't get extra brochures so you can meet that goal that you have. Maybe your goal is, Molly, every 2 weeks I need $150 extra. Well, if you need $150 extra, you're going to need an order of between $300 and $400 every 2 weeks. That is not undoable. That is very doable in this business. Very doable. In the very beginning, maybe in the very beginning, but here we go. See, your 5th campaign, your 8th campaign, your 10th campaign. See, you touched everybody you could touch right at that moment. Right at that moment. But you're not touching anybody new. You're not reaching out to anybody new. You're not sharing as you go. You're not working it into your life. You got to work it into your life. You got to say, you know what? I need to make $150 every 2 weeks. And that's not going to happen unless I show up and make it happen. Just if you don't remind the customers, if you don't follow up is so key in what we do. Follow up. I send out my Shuffle app, every single campaign that has a picture of the brochure, to every customer who has a cell phone that I text to say, hey, have you picked up the brochure that I sent you yet? My order goes in on Sunday. Is there anything I can get you? And for those who prefer a voicemail, and yes, I have my lists all wrote up for who I have to call, my older clientele. I call them on Sundays and said, hey, what can I get you? You out of your vitamin C? Are you out of your mascara? Hey, let me tell you about the new lash serum that we have. I know you're always complaining about your lashes and your brows. We are having these communicative things called talking and having a conversation and sharing. That's what we do. It isn't any different. If you were talking to that person and you had just gone and seen a movie that you loved, do you know what would happen? You would be telling them, oh my gosh, The Rock was awesome in that movie. He was so funny. And Kevin Hart, he was amazing. You believe that movie was funny, or you believe that movie was very touching. And we so easily share that stuff on social media. I share it with my customers. I have personal relationships with them. What have I been doing? What have they been doing? Where did they travel to? Did they like it? Oh yeah, I've been there. Don't forget to go by here. There's a restaurant down there. You need to try it. Try the calamari. It's absolutely awesome. Oh, they have the best meatballs there. How about onion? I mean, the thing is, what is the difference between that and sharing products that you believe in? Or is that the holdback? Is the holdback that you haven't gotten to really know the products that you want to move? If you don't believe in the products and you're not using the products and you don't have anything to personally share, this is not going to work unless you happen to acquire every customer in the area who was already an Avon customer and they know what they like. That doesn't happen very often. Nobody hits the jackpot like that. You've got to work this business. You've got to be willing to share. Well, Molly, I'm embarrassed to share. Are you really? Why is that? Because that is a mind block. That is a mind block for you. Somebody can show up. You can go say, hey, would you like to buy candy bars for my kids? And those candy bars may be worth $3.27, but you're selling them for $11 because it's for a good cause. You've got a great cause. You're trying to build a business and you're trying to turn people on to something that, guess what? You're trying to make their life convenient. You're trying to say, hey, you can order from my e-store. It will show up. We as good as Amazon. Come on, it's going to show up. I will show up. Let me get you some free samples. What is it? I mean, are you paying attention to the people that you are around? We get so caught up with what people think. This is not a business where you can get caught up with that. If you are somebody who all you're selling is $47, $57 worth of Avon, you can't get over $100 worth, you can't do this, you can't, there's something you're not doing. I am no different than you. I started this business with 0 customers 14 years ago. Every customer that I have now is nobody that I knew in the beginning. These are people that I acquired, whether I was getting a large number of brochures or they were acquiring and I went out into neighborhoods and I hung them on the doors or I tossed them in driveways. Look, I've shared all of this with you. If you're watching the videos, you know how this is done. The problem is I can talk about it all day long, but if you're not going to go out and do the actions and do them consistently, where people are going to go, oh my gosh, yes, I know I have this book from the Avon lady, or you don't do the follow-up, this is going to stagnate. This is going to stagnate. If you believe in the products, if you came here for a reason, you had a goal, you knew what you wanted, you loved the products yourself, Avon's been around for over 130 years old, you know what you love as a customer. Share what you love. You don't have to know every product in the book. You don't have to share every product in the book. But there's something that you use, whether it's the Skin So Soft bug spray or the oil, or maybe it's one of the perfumes, or maybe it's the brand new mascara that we have, or maybe it's a skincare or an eye or the eye lift or something. But when you share your experience, what it's doing for you, or when you're wearing something and you are basically testifying to the fact that it makes you feel better, it makes you look better, and not only that, but these products are helping you sustain a life that you want. Not everybody is cut out for this business, but if you put the work behind it, anybody can do this business. The problem is many just sit back and they just think it's going to come to them. And I don't get that. It's kind of like knowing that somebody needs to hire somebody, but you don't put in the resume, you don't call to go in for an interview. You just sit on the couch with your potato chips thinking that they're going to know that I'm right here. They're going to call me if they want me. No, it doesn't happen in the real world that way. So I want to encourage you, make sure your labels say what they're supposed to say, whether it be the welcome 10, to give them a reason to save that extra 10%. Sign yourself up as if you are your own customer on your e-store site so that you are very aware as to what your customers are being sent. Make sure that you follow up with anybody that you've given a brochure or your e-store with, letting them know when your order goes in. If you give somebody a sample, follow up. Ask them how they like the sample. Even if they didn't like it, what didn't they like about it? You need to know that. It gives you great feedback so that you know if the next person asks, what could be the struggle that that person could have. It's about building relationships. It's about sharing what you love. And it's about knowing what your goal is and saying, I'm going to reach that goal. I've watched many people on our team who've been $50, $60 away from their goals. And they see it And they're like, no, I'm reaching it. I'm reaching it. And they go after it. And I watch them on social media go after it. I watch them talk about what they love. I watch them share why they're doing what they do. I watch them sit. They'll say, you know, I was at a church meeting tonight and I had some brochures with me and I took the chance and I shared the brochures and people took them and I got 2 orders while I was there. I went to the movies and we had appetizers beforehand and I got out of my comfort zone and I shared them with the ladies that I went to the movies with. I emailed the people I knew. I texted them my link and then I followed up. I can't do that for you any more than you could do it for me. But if you really want to do better, be better, and this Avon thing is going to be on your path to do this, then I suggest that you figure out which actions are going to work the best for you and then get out there and do them. But don't do them one time. Don't do them 2 times. Do them every single campaign. Make yourself a goal, make yourself a list, and you're never going to know how good you're going to feel when you actually can check off what you just did. This can be something that within time can not only bring in $150 a campaign, it can bring in $300 a campaign. On the leadership part of it, I'm here to testify. It can pay your bills. It can pay your mortgage. It can pay your rent. It can pay your electric bill. It can help you with your car payment. It couldn't pay my rent all at once. And it couldn't pay my car payment all at once. So let me tell you the good feeling. The good feeling was that I knew I was going to be $110 short for my car payment. And I couldn't pick up any more hours at work. But I could go out there and share my brochures and call people. And for a while, I had 1 brochure that I had left. And I would recycle it. I would say, hey, you know, can you take a look at this? Is there anything I can get you? And by the time I got done, I not only raised the $110 that I needed to secure that car payment, but I actually sold I made $135 off that order. So I bought my kids pizza too. But I had to want something bad enough. Now, what I wanted was to keep my vehicle. That's what I wanted. What is it that you want? Do you want it bad enough? Because if you do, it can make all the difference in the world. But if you don't, and this is just a fly-by-night, and you're just doing this to get your own discount, there isn't anything wrong with that. I don't know why you're on here if that's all you want, because there's no reason to take training for that. You just order what you want and you get your discount. But if you're on here, I have to believe you want to build something that in a year, you want to know you're in a better place in a year than you are right now. Definitely than when you started. But with that takes consistent actions. And I would love to tell you what your consistent actions should be, but I can't because I'm not living your life. This is about working it into your life. But every time we meet, every single week, or every YouTube video you watch of mine, you are getting more ideas, and you are getting more ways to make a plan, and you are getting more ways to meet a goal that I can think of. Every which way I've ever used to do it. The deal is, are you putting it into action? Because see, you can tell me what you want all day long. You can tell me what you're going to do all day long. But I don't believe anything anymore in this life unless people are doing it. I want to see them do it, because what happens is then you start seeing the benefit. I see the excitement. You all are emailing me, you're texting me, you're tagging me on Facebook, you're tagging me in the group, and you're going, oh my gosh, I just did this. Oh my gosh, I got a new recruit. Oh my gosh, I got a new team member. Oh my gosh, I sold $200. I've never done that. That is the most exciting thing in the world. And when we talk and you tell me, yeah, I just went out and I just kept doing it. It wasn't doing anything at first, but you know, you just kept saying, Keep doing it. Keep putting the information out there. Keep following up. And it happened. Once it happens for you, it does something. It puts a belief right here that you know you can. But you're never going to find that belief if you don't put the actions behind what you want and what that goal is. Okay? So I hope this has helped you. It's been a little smorgasbord of everything. But sometimes that's what we need. Sometimes it's not about, let's just look at how to place an order. Sometimes it's not just, let me show you how to do something with the book. Sometimes it's about, oh my Lord, let me think back to my journey and all the struggles that I had. And believe me, I'm not preaching at you, because what you'll learn about me, the more you listen to me, the more you watch me, the more you get a kick out of me, whatever it is that you do in this day and age with me, it's all good. Whatever it is, you're going to figure out that it's because it's been my journey. Because I don't share anything I haven't done myself. And I would never ask you to do anything that I not only have done, but that I continue to do every single campaign. So think about that. This isn't about anybody being higher or mightier or who can do it better. It's about me sharing every which way that you can do something. I am gradually taking every excuse away that you have ever had. That's my job, to show you, yes, you can. I don't care if you're broke. I don't care if you don't have a car. I don't care. All I know is that you find a way to get everything else you want. And if you want to do this, you're going to find a way. And I'm going to help you with all the ideas. Okay? So don't forget Molly 7720. Again, this is for people on my team. So all you YouTubers, you quit trying to act like you on my team and send me an email and think you're going to get in the raffle, because that is not going to happen. That's for my team. So if you want to be in the raffle, make sure that, number one, you're going to email me and you're going to say, Molly, I was on the call live. I need that within 24 hours of this call if you were live. And if you're watching the replay, which I will get out to you within the next 48 hours, then you're going to say, Molly, I was on the replay. If you're brand new, first time, put on there that you're brand new and it's your first time, and you're going to get an extra entry into the raffle of all the awesome things that we talked about, the Anew and the perfume and the serum and all that good stuff. We're going to put a little bit of everything in there. And again, Melody, congratulations on winning the raffle this time. I will get that in the mail to you. Join me at 8 o'clock for the sales. We are drawing for all those products. And remember, there will be many winners. If you were here on the last sales call, I don't know how many products I had, but we're going to be shipping all those out. We're going to draw them all live on the call tonight. And then I'm also going to show you what else is going to be on for this month. Okay? So I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.